his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Ahoo, where was London? Ahoo, ahoo, where was London? Ahoo.
We have R.L. Stine with us today, signing books on the upper level. How you doing today? Welcome to Toys R Us.
Hi, I'm from Ireland.
We came all the way from Ireland.
Not for this.
No, from there. Well, last
Come on.
weekend for Halloween in
yes?
New York, yes.
Oh, that's nice.
And,
Do you have friends here? Or?
Yeah, we have relations here. We're staying for the week and we're very lucky to meet you today. It's
I'm
great.
so glad you came.
We're big fans
Very
at
nice.
home. Yeah.
Thank you. You never know when scary things are going to happen. Everything can be perfectly normal, and then something scary can happen.
Well, I'm so lucky. Goosebumps was just popular all over the world. I think it was translated into like 25 different languages. Some of them I didn't even recognize. I just got back from France where we launched the Nightmare Room book and TV series. I think Goosebumps is the best-selling book series in France. I mean, this is just amazing. And you know what it was called in French? It was called chair de poule. You know what that means? It means chicken skin. In Italy, Goosebumps was called piccoli brividi, which means little shivers, which I always thought was really nice. Well, you know, I've been writing for kids for over 30 years now. I've actually been writing since I was 9 years old. But I always wrote funny stuff. I wrote joke books and humor magazine for kids for years. But I always enjoyed horror. I never thought of writing it. I always went to all the scary movies and read a lot of Stephen King and other guys. And one day I was having lunch with an editor, and she said, "I'll bet you could write a good scary book." And I went home. I just did what she said. And I went home. I wrote a scary book for teenagers called Blind Date, and it was an immediate bestseller. Just went up to the top on the Publisher's Weekly bestseller list. And I thought, wait a minute, there's something here. I've struck a chord with kids. There's something here that kids like. And I've been scary ever since. Now I'm not funny anymore. Well, I like to call my books for kids safe scares. And the kids know when they pick up a Nightmare Room book or my new book, Beware, they know that it's never going to go too far. And what I do is when I have a really intense, scary scene, if I feel it's getting too scary for kids, I throw in something funny. And then that pulls it back and it lightens it up. So I use humor that way.
And what's your name?
George.
Wow. And so why are you here? Are you a big R.L. Stine fan? Big
Yeah.
fan. What's your favorite book?
Attack of the Graveyard Goose.
All right. Okay.
Which
All
one's
right.
it?
Attack of the Graveyard Goose.
All right.
Really? Really? Now, why do you like him so much? Is he scared?
It's just the horror stories. They're really good.
It's really good. Wow.
Well, I have horrible memories of Halloween. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be something scary, like a ghost or a skeleton, a mummy. And my parents went out and bought costumes for my brother and my sister and me, and they came home, and the costume they brought me was a duck costume. It was a fuzzy yellow duck costume with a little white puffy tail. It was humiliating. And we were very poor, so I had to wear the same costume. I had to be a duck every year. So I hated Halloween. And I remember telling my friends that it was a vampire duck costume, but no one believed that. I hear from a lot of teachers and librarians that they use the books. They're actually my biggest supporters now. One librarian in Virginia thanked me. She said, if we didn't have your books, there wouldn't be any kids in the library.
We're from Ireland, yeah, we know R.L. Stine's books very well. And I'm a primary school teacher in Ireland, and I can't wait to go back and tell my class I've actually met him today. We're going to take the book back to at the weekend and read it to the class and tell them all about it.
Sometimes they don't use my books in the classroom. I think when my son was in 4th or 5th grade, his teacher was passing out the summer reading list. And he was sitting there, and she was passing out the list, and she said, "And I don't want anyone reading R.L. Stine this summer." When we started doing these scary books, we actually wrote them for girls, because girls read and boys don't. This is just accepted in publishing, that it's impossible to get boys to read. And so I started, Fear Street was my first series, and it was aimed at girls. And the fan mail, the mail from kids started coming in, and we looked at it, and half of it was from boys. We thought, wait a minute, what's going on here? We've got half boys and girls. This had never happened before. And it happened again when we did Goosebumps. I get amazing letters from kids. At one point, when Goosebumps was at the height of its popularity, I used to get 2,000 letters a week. I mean, my mailman hated me. He would just throw the mailbag in and say, "Return the bag when you're finished." And I actually had 5 people answering the mail. There was so much mail. And I felt that every kid deserved an answer. So I had a staff of 5 people answering the mail. And the mail was just always one. Did I ever tell you my favorite letter, my all-time favorite letter from a kid? It was from a boy. He said, "Dear R.L. Stine, I've read 40 of your books, and I think they're really boring." I'm just a writing machine, I think. I don't need any inspiration. I love it so much. I've been doing it so long, and I'm not tired of it at all. I look forward to sitting down in the morning at the computer and thinking up new ways to scare kids. I don't need, I can write anywhere. I treat it as a full-time job. I'm there at 10 o'clock in the morning. I do my 20 pages, and then I go out. And I don't need any kind of special inspiration. I don't know why I like it so much. Most people, I think, would find it really boring to be cooped up in a room every day, typing and typing. But I love it.
You want to say something about him? About Goosebumps or scary stories? You love them, right?
Yeah.
You're shy. They're shy.
Don't you like Harry Potter?